All right, that came down to a couple missed opportunities. Their guy, give him credit though, was very good. We had a couple guys that hit the ball well. Jaso, it seemed like he squared up everything all night. Didn't have too much to show for it. Loney had a big night at the plate, but we just weren't able to get those guys in with that got themselves in scoring position. We weren't able to get them in. But Severino was tough. I mean, he had a fastball that was kind of darting every which way with the combination of the slider and changeup. So, young pitcher. It's the second time we've seen him, and he's going to be good, no doubt about it. Our guy Arch, I thought he was really good. Again, as usual. I mean, unfortunately, he takes a loss. He gives up. I don't know what it was, 3 or 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 at the end off. Headley fought a ball off and got it just in front of the left fielder, but he was very good, very good. So it's just more or less a quiet offensive game, but that's a credit to 2 pitchers with really good stuff.
Kevin, it seems like the walks leading to the runs has been a common theme when the team gets in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's easy to point to those. Some of those, I mean, we'd like to avoid the walks. Sometimes, a hitter puts a really tough at bat, and you're throwing everything you can, and you try to get them to miss, and it doesn't work out. There were a couple pitches that got away from Arch, but I mean, that's not totally unusual. Generally, you can kind of lock it back in and make those pitches, but I don't think we can dwell on the walks. How many were there? 2?
He had 4.
He had 4, excuse me. 2 that ended up scoring. Yeah, so the walks came back to score.
What happened with Franklin and Souza there?
Just a miscommunication. I take responsibility of that.
Was Souza running on the play?
Yes.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
I meant, was he running, stealing, or was he running
on his
contact?
own? Yeah, running on his own.
Okay.
Now, do you expect Franklin to make that decision on his own and kind of see that if he's got the base stolen, to pull the bunt back?
No, not at all. Left-handed hitter. He's thinking about one thing to get the bunt down. No, not at all.
And then in the 7th inning for Rivera, did you think about pinch hitting him now that Archer was out of the game, or did you just?
Yeah, potentially, but
since he got a hit?
We had a lefty on the mound, and we know who's coming afterwards. So we didn't just kind of want to unload everything right at that given time. Factoring in that there's a good chance we're going to see Betances, Miller in a close situation, and then also Shreve, another lefty. So, we've talked about this. It gets a little tricky trying to navigate through when you got so many relievers on the other side. I know all teams are dealing with that. But no, at that point, we liked the way Renee was swinging the bat.
Kevin, you talked about it previously before it happened, but now that it has happened, Chris has the single season record for strikeouts. Can you kind of put it in your perspective?
Not really, other than to say repeat what was said earlier. I mean, strikeouts are it's not everything, but it's a huge stat that kind of defines how the guy how good his stuff is. But there's a lot more involved in that with the type of season Arch has had. I mean, he goes out and gives us a chance to win just about every time he takes the ball. And he does it via the strikeout quite a bit against an extremely difficult division in the American League East, and he continues to make some really good hitters miss. It's a huge credit to him. And then you factor in the quality of pitchers that have come through this organization over the last 10 years. He's putting himself in an elite category with a lot of really, really good starting pitchers.
You can't say strikeouts are a negative, but they ran up the pitch count. This is the second time that's happened recently.
Yeah, I mean that's how he pitches, and that will be something that he will probably always battle. But it's not his fault that he has good stuff, and guys don't seem to be able to put it in play early. I mean, he's going to get foul balls. He's going to get a lot of swing and miss. There's going to be some games where he's efficient and guys put the ball in play early. But generally, when you strike out a lot of guys, you're going to see some higher pitch counts.
Just the opportunities in the 5th, the 7th, even the 8th, and Betances didn't seem to have his best stuff tonight. Just kind of a frustrating night there. Yeah, I mean,
a little bit, but I mean, Betances is not having his best stuff is still plenty good enough compared to most. I mean, he's I know he struggled with command, but the stuff didn't alter from too much. He was still throwing borderline 100-mile-an-hour pitches with 85-mile-an-hour curveballs.
Did you think Souza's hit the catwalk, or did anybody think?
You know what? There was no camera that showed that it did. I guess the reasoning we had was Jacoby Ellsbury is a very good center fielder. He's probably played over 100 baseball games here. I have never seen him take a route like that ever. I know Souza hit it good, but if you can't see it on camera and nobody saw it at the time, there's not much you can do about it.
And what did you see on Bilatti's pitch to Berg?
Just left a pitch up. I thought Bellotti threw the ball really well. He continues to throw the ball really well.
Thanks, everybody.